The only word that comes to mind on the new Calcutta reels is power. Big crankbaits, flipping in heavy cover, and torque when you pound one. When we were testing the Calcuttas, two things really stood out.
How about that right there?
When you throw a big crankbait or a big spinnerbait and you're grinding away, you're not sitting there torquing your forearm. The gears are doing that for you. The worst feeling in the world is when you're power fishing to be 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 hours into it and you're exhausted. That does not happen anymore with this reel. And the other thing is, going back to power, when you lean on a fish with the Calcutta, X-ship that's inside of that reel does all of its work for you. To go through the footage of manhandling absolute slouches down at Falcon Lake tells you one thing about the new Calcutta. You own them.
You know, my very first cast with this brand new Shimano Calcutta D, I was amazed at just how comfortable it felt in my hand. It just fits. What they've done with this brand new Calcutta D is given it S compact body. So basically what that means is they've taken a 200 size reel and made it feel like a 100 size reel in your hand, allowing you to palm it and cast it with comfort all day long. Whew. But here's where it gets really tricked out. This reel may feel like a 100 size to us, but to the fish, it performs like a 200 size reel. The line capacity hasn't changed one bit, allowing me and you guys to long bomb your baits into Fishville. Awesome, awesome fish all day long. Oh, there we go. Big fish. Oh, there you go. It's go time.
In addition to marveling at the new 400D's super compact design, after the first casts and cranks, I thought to myself, wow, this thing is so smooth, we need a new word for smooth.
I'm finding I don't even have to thumb this new Calcutta.
It's so efficient, it really doesn't even feel like the gears are engaged. But my job is to see how tough it is, to burn the drag and generally push its capabilities to the maximum. And what better fish to test it on than a full-size tarpon?
Big fish, big fish.
With a frame, drag, and gear train built like a bulldozer, but as smooth and easy to grip as a ballerina, it performs like a reel almost twice its size. When putting super heavy pressure on a fish, it's all about keeping all the leverage possible in your favor.
Look at this reel, I just noticed this. Normally the drag is inside here.
Yeah.
It's on the outside.
On the outside, yeah.
So it really reduces, I can tell, just the lateral torque.
Yeah.
Really a lot less.
Ergonomic details, like X-drag, positioning the drag star outside the handle, which gets it closer to the body of the reel and reduces lateral torque when cranking under pressure, are what set this reel apart. Maybe a small detail, but totally for real, a great idea. Calcutta D is like a big block V8 running at 2,500 RPM, no matter what species you're after or what you're doing, versus lots of other reels, which are like a V6 that's either lugging when you pull your boat out of the lake or redlining when you're going down the road.
I just don't dare pull any hurt.
If I had one reel to fish with the widest range of fish in freshwater or in saltwater inshore, this would be it. And the way it's put together, I'll pass it on for a couple of generations. Calcutta D, it simply redefines the category.
Look at the size of that dude right there. Big, absolutely annihilated that bait. You know, when most people think of a spinning reel, they think about finesse. While finesse may get the fish to bite, you need power to get that fish in the boat. And if you want power, you've got to have X-ship. X-ship is a double bearing supported pinion gear that gives you more power in a spinning reel than you ever thought imaginable. But it's not just power. X-Ship is going to give you a smoother, more fluent retrieve all day long, allowing you to feel every rock, twig, or bite under the water.
Oh, good one.
Oh, dude, are you kidding me? And the power is absolutely incredible.
Look at that bad boy right there.
Awesome, awesome critter. Feel the power of X-Ship. Whenever you plan a day in the water, in your mind, it always looks like this.
Big one.
Look at the size of that dude right there. Unfortunately, sometimes it ends up being like this. Luckily, Shimano designed the brand new Dry Fender 3T rain suit. The 3-layer Dry Fender 3T shell is waterproof, windproof, breathable, and durable. Its design incorporates an adjustable cup with an inner watertight sleeve gaiter to keep water out, removable suspender bib, belt loops, and can be worn as pants. Side leg plier pocket with a web strap to attach our Shimano plier sheet. Shimano Dry Fender 3T. Why avoid the weather when you can fend it off?
You know, here's the thing about G.Loomis GLX rods. It's what rods are compared to. For the number one reasons are strength and lightweight. And when you combine that with sensitivity, that's what GLX is. What we did taping this year is they gave me the new models that were coming out, and we went down to Falcon Lake to beat the crap out of these things. There is no better place on earth to test stuff than Falcon Lake, because the two things you need there are strength and sensitivity. I know everything my crankbait's doing with that GLX cranking rod. I know everything it's doing. And the other thing is, when you bow up on one, and I'm not talking a 1.5 to 2.5 pound bass, these are the mega Kongs. You find out real quick what your rod's worth. When you combine strength and sensitivity in a cranking rod, to me that's never been out before. And that's what that rod has. We did another shoot in Michigan with some of their prototype flipping sticks, and I was very curious to see how responsive that rod was. When you put it in your hand, naturally you're like, wow,
Is this even happening?
Unbelievably light. But how's it gonna handle when you're flipping in the jungle beneath the water? There is nothing I can say about what a bite feels like on a GLX. Nothing. It's like electricity to your fingertip. Unbelievable. The best way to describe it is when you put a GLX in your hand, it's actually stronger and more sensitive than the ones that we used 19 years ago. They've actually made a stronger and more powerful GLX.
God, that is a tank jammer right there, dude.
on, man.
Good gracious, what is this? It got hung on something. Oh, it's a big one. Look at that one right there, boy. That's what a spinner ready to get you, boys.